Okay. Here's our goal. Let's move this to one side. Got fusion to one side. Oh, look at all them tabs. Does y'all's do this where it's like, yeah? Fusion takes over like 2/3 of the screen?
Yeah, I won't let you make it any smaller than that.
Okay, that's fine. I can zoom in over here. All right. Step number 1. I don't know how important this is yet, but I feel like it is. It's going to be important later. Step number 1. We are going to right-click on this little box and click New Component. And we're going to call it, Component 1 is fine. We'll just hit OK. I think whenever we start assembling components together, it's going to be more important, but I just want to get in the habit of doing that every time. Right-click, New Component. Okay. Next thing we always want to check is our document settings, our unit settings. Landon, this is what I was worried about. We have to choose a unit collectively as a class to do here. So, Landon, you already started. Do you know what units you used? MM? Okay. We'll go with that. So just click this little arrow and make sure your units are in millimeters. If you wanted to change it, you could just click this little button. This will pop up and you can change your units. In my other class, I think I did inches, but we'll go with millimeters. The only thing is, we're going to get a different mass and our dimensions may be different at the end and it may be annoying, but since Landon started there, that's what we'll do, so he doesn't have to redo it. Okay. This can be done by creating how many features? Drafting 3, 4 people. How many features do I have to do to create this? 4? 5. Whoa.
Right. Well, it depends on some of those holes the same depth, whatever you want them.
I don't know.
If they're the same depth,
circles all the way through. The one is down 0.5.
So those 3 are 3 different.
Yeah, I'd say these 3 are probably different. We could do 1, 2, 3, and then the full body 4.
And then you got to cut away that one side from the angle, unless you want. It depends on which plane you start on.
Okay. So which plane do we want to start on?
I would start on the front and then extrude it and then just start cutting the stuff out.
Yeah. So we're going to start by creating this shape that I'm hovering over here. We're going to draw that on the front plane, and we're going to extrude it back to give it depth, and then we're going to cut out whole. We're going to cut out whatever this shape is, and we're going to cut out whatever this shape is. That's how we're going to do it. So we click Create Sketch, and my cube looks different than y'all's. I've discovered, I think I'm using an older version of Fusion or something, but you want to make sure that whenever you click your plane that you're going to sketch on, you want to make sure it says front for your cube as it like pans or orbits around to that section. So I'm going to click here. Mine is the XY plane. And then what's important is that this says front right here. This is technically the front of the object. All right. So we need to create this sketch. So I'm going to look at this side view. Most of the dimensions are here on this side view, and I'm just going to sketch out what I see. So I'll use the line tool. You always want to attach your line to the origin. So that's why I'm going to start it here. And as I pull my mouse out, I'm seeing values. So I need to kind of zoom in. There's 2 ways to do this. To be honest, how I do it is I just click. I don't even look at the numbers. I just try and match this up. I don't know that that's the best way. I guess we'll find out. So I'll go over a bit, go up at some kind of an angle. Go over. Should I go all the way? Yeah, I should go all the way over because this is this part getting cut out right here. So I'm just going to go all the way over to the green line and then down. And that's going to be my first shape. It should highlight blue in the middle. That tells you that it's a complete polygon. It's a closed polygon. These 2 lines are black, meaning they are tied to the origin and they can't move. So as I try and click and drag these lines up and down, they can't move because they're tied to the origin, but these lines are blue, meaning they can slide around and change, which is okay. So there's my basic shape. From there, I need to add dimensions to lock it in place and get everything the right size. So the command for dimension is, do we remember? D? I think it's Yeah, it's D, sketch dimension, D. You can just hit D on the keyboard, click a line, bring it down. This value needs to be 3, so I'll type 3. And what it does is it makes that line 3. And you may have to adjust these other things in order to get it to look right. Man, that is bad. I mean, that's what I want, right? But maybe it's better to draw them the correct length to begin with. Let's try that. Like, this is the way I've always done it in SolidWorks, but Fusion is different. So let's just start from the beginning. What if I just type 3? If I type 3, go this way. So the bad part is I have to do every line individually, which is kind of annoying. 0.75. I don't like this. I'd rather do it the other way, but, you know, we're trying to show both ways. How tall is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know.
That's 2.
Where does it say? Oh, 2. I missed it. It's too tall. Okay. So we'll do a line going up 2. I just don't like where it puts these dimensions. It's putting them in weird spots and I got to move them. Okay. Whatever. This is 1.5. And notice as I'm drawing these, they are black, meaning they are fully defined. And then when I connect here to here, that line will be black because there's no other place where that line could be with everything else dimensioned. So that's another way to do it. I don't like doing it that way, but whatever. Okay, so there's that. I finished my sketch. I go to my home view. That's what I've created. Essentially, I've created this shape on the front plane, and I'm going to extrude it back. What's the command for extrude?
Hit the S for shortcut and then ES.
S for shortcut.
And then EX probably.
EX. We could do that. I also happen to know that it's just E. So if you just click E, sometimes you have to click the sketch, but mine, since it's the only sketch, it automatically selected it. You want to choose which way you want to go. I always go back. You could go forward. Forward is good because it gives you a nice positive number. But if you go backwards, it'll give you a negative number. So you notice over here it says negative whatever. So the depth of this object is 5. So I'm going to type in -5. So my object gets extruded, or my sketch gets extruded -5 millimeters. Okay, now I have a sketch down here and my extrude in my little, what is this called? History bar or something? Okay, next part. Let's see, what do we want to do next? Let's keep it easy. The circle, or
The fillets.
the fillets? You want to do the fillets first?
I'll do that at the end if you want me.
I like doing the fillets at the end. I like that idea. Let's just do the circle because I might need these corners to kind of like place some things. All right, so what do we know about this circle? Let's go over here. Here's all the information about that circle. So I click the Create Sketch tool, and now I can always click on these 3 planes, but now I can also click any one of these planes to sketch on. So if this circle happens on top, I want to click on this plane in order to sketch on that plane. Just froze up a little bit. Okay. Step 1 is create the circle. Is there a diameter or a radius circle, or is it just diameter? I'm just seeing diameter. So I'll click. Oh, it gives me diameter anyway. So anyway, I'll make this 0.5. And my circle is blue. Why is my circle blue? Because I gotta put it in its location. The size of the circle cannot be changed. It is locked to 0.5, but as I slide this around, it can move. So I need to add these 2 dimensions in order to lock it in the correct location. So we'll do D again. Click this line. So I'm doing this 0.75 measurement here. I'll click this line and click the center of the circle and set that to 0.75. My circle is still blue because it can still slide this way. It's locked up and down, but it can still slide this way. So I need another dimension. We'll do D again and do a dimension from this line to the center of this circle and set that to 0.75. Now my circle is black, meaning the sketch is fully defined. And notice that's my original sketch. It has a lock. Lock means it's fully defined. And this is sketch 2, which is what I'm in now. It is also fully defined. So I'll exit that sketch, Go back to home. Now I've got a circle floating up top there. And this note, whoops. This note says 0.5 diameter through all. So this circle goes all the way through everything. It's just an extrude, same as adding mass. We can subtract mass. So we hit E, click our sketch, and then drag the arrow down and it will cut away. Over here on the operation, it should automatically go to cut as you attempt to cut through something. Just make sure it goes all the way through. And you could set this is by default set to distance, but you could click all and then it will go cut through all. Maybe we'll need that for the future, but we'll hit OK. And now I have a circle that is going through the object at that spot. Next thing, we've got this guy, which is funny, and this guy, which is a little funny. So I think we should probably do this one first. We're going to create a sketch. This is going to be another cut. We need to cut down. If this whole height is 2 and this distance right here is 1.5, we need to cut down 0.5 and we need to create this shape in its entirety. So we need to create a sketch again on the top plane and we need to create this shape. So I think the easiest way to do that is to just make a rectangle, 2-point rectangle, start point 1 from the origin and go up. This would be 3. Tall. I can hit tab and go to the width and do 0.75. That'll give me a rectangle that is 3 tall and 0.75 wide. Then I need to fillet this corner with the radius of 0.5. Let's see where fillet is. Modify, fillet. Is there no shortcut? What does F do? F. F is fillet. Cool. We learned that. Click these 2 lines. Wait, is that going to work? Uh-oh. Maybe that's not a sketch fillet.
No, that's a solid fillet.
It's a solid fillet? Okay, that's not good. Okay, so we just need to use this fillet while we're in the sketch, I guess. Then we'll click the 2 lines and set the radius to 0.5. And that is fully defined. And it looks like, well, it kind of looks like the shape. There's also a curve down here, but I haven't filleted my object yet, so I should be okay with just this. If I go to the Home tab, if I cut this down, it's going to also cut that, which is, I think, fine. So I said we needed to cut this down 0.5, so I'll click E, click my sketch. My sketch is fully defined via the lock, and then I'll go down -0.5. So I've cut that piece out. Okay, one more thing to go. This little cutout. This one's a little weird. If you notice this cut, on this view, it goes straight down. So the trick to this one is creating the sketch on the proper plane. Which plane do we think I need to create this sketch on? This one or this one? Anyone? Top. That's this plane. Because if I sketch it there, whenever I extrude it in, it'll extrude in at this angle, which would be bad. So you want to sketch on, I just randomly click sketch somewhere. Let me get out of that. You want to sketch on the top plane for this. So all of your cuts are sketches on the top plane. The circle is on the top plane, this one was on the top plane, and now the last one is also going to be on the top plane. All right, this sketch is a little trickier to get to be fully defined. What do we know about this? We know it goes down till it hits this, right? But I don't know exactly how far that is. Wait, yeah, I do. If the full height is 2 and this is 0.75, I know I need to cut it down 1 1/4 if I do my math there. All right, so I think the hard part, if I remember from last class, is getting this sketch fully defined. So it's in the middle. I'm going to create a line in the center of this first and use it as a center line. I don't know if that's going to work out, but we'll see. So I'm going to click line. Over here, I'm going to click construction, and that will allow me to make a construction line. I need a midpoint. Why am I not getting a midpoint? Oh, is that midpoint? Let's see. Make a line from there to there. Can I move this? That's bad. Maybe set this to horizontal. Now it can't move. Is it in the middle? Let me check it with a dimension. From here to here should be 2.5, right? Yeah. Okay. So I just created a center line. That's where all this stuff needs to happen. Now I'm going to uncheck construction because all my future stuff needs to be part of the sketch. So if you make a construction line, it doesn't, like, Fusion will not try and extrude it. So if you're ever making a line that you don't want to get extruded, just click construction over here and it'll just make it a dashed line. So I just made a line going across like that and made it horizontal. All right, we need a circle on that line somewhere. The size of the circle is radius 0.5. So since I'm making a diameter circle, I need to double that value. So that becomes 1. Does that look right? Okay. And then I need lines coming from the top over to here. So I'm just going to make a line. I don't think Fusion has like a quadrant object snap. I think you just have to click somewhere and go over. And that looks good, I think. This needs to touch that. Okay. And do the same on the bottom. I get a line, go over. Yeah.
So wait, I just want, where'd you make the midpoint line at? Just in the middle of the line?
Yeah. I was able to snap in the midpoint. This little triangle means midpoint. But you could just make a line randomly and then just do a dimension from here to here. And as long as it says 2.5, it's in the middle, right? Okay. All right. From there, I'm going to trim this part and this part off and then close the sketch by creating a line. I've got some problems. This line is not long enough. I'm just going to close this sketch by creating a line going like that. And I've got a problem up here. This is what I was struggling with last class. I need this to connect like that. But I don't need this to move. I'm having some issues. Let's see.
You need to do a dimension from the side to the center of the circle.
Yeah, that was coming, but I'm still a little worried about the sketch. Let's click this. What's this, 0.63? Okay, that's problematic. How do I get that right on top of that? Could I click?
You don't need it right on top of that.
Oh, I don't need it right on top of that.
Straight down.
Yeah, I'm just cutting it out. Maybe that's a problem for another day, but this is a problem for sure. That needs to connect at the quadrant, kind of like it does here, but I don't even know if that's right. It's a problem. That is a problem. I don't like that. Let's see. How do I fix this? Oh, I got an idea.
You need to dimension the widths of the, or how far apart the lines are.
No. I could make a relationship here. What relationship would that be? Tangent. Okay. If I click tangent up here and then click the circle and then the line, it'll make them connect tangentially. And then do the same thing at the bottom. Click the line and then the curve, and then it will connect tangentially there. So those are important. If those aren't there, it's going to be a problem. All right. Wait, couldn't I just do another? Is this what you were saying, Slate? Just do another dimension from here to here and set that to 0.63? Now that's right.
Okay.
I mean, you could leave it hanging off. That's fine too, but might as well. To fully define the sketch, even though it's still not locked over here. Why is it not locked?
Maybe coincide.
I don't really know that I know the answer for this one.
Zoom out a little bit.
Zoom out. Okay.
Dimension it to the middle. Oh no, you already have. Oh no, you haven't. See?
Dimension it to the middle.
Wait, can you drag anything around?
Nope. That's what I was trying to do. Drag it and see what was broken. I don't see anything broken.
I think it's because of the circle. Maybe because it's not on a. Maybe it's because it's in floating in space.
Isn't it all black?
Maybe because it's floating in space, you mean like that?
Yes.
Maybe.
No, because the center line.
Isn't on one of the videos we did, didn't it have like a project where you click on something and hit P? and you can project like this line up. I don't see a line. Is this a line? Hang on. I'm just gonna leave. Whoa! Now I've got blue stuff. Now it's moving.
Maybe you might have to make that dimension 2 from the bottom to the first line.
You think like this? It's creating driven, meaning it's already locked somehow. I think I'm just gonna go with this. It's not fully defined, but I can't move it anywhere. I've tried. So we'll go with this. We'll see how it goes. Finish sketch, click, and we're going to extrude it down. Click the sketch, go down. What did I say it was? Boom. There it is. Done. We're going to save it. We'll call it model Mayhem number 2, period 2. Save. Okay.
You didn't do the fillets on the side?
Oh, I didn't do the fillets on the side. Okay. Fillet is here. You got to be out of a sketch. So notice I'm not in a sketch. Fillet. We just click these lines going up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the radius is 0.3. 0.3 goes there. Hit OK. Now are we done? Okay. Why do these have a eyeball? Oh, those are the sketches. Wait.
You can turn them off.
I didn't turn them off.
They turn off automatically once you extrude or do something.
Okay. Fine. All right. Let's save that.